Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's get into it. I'm Kenyatta. This will be a reading from the Rider-Waite. The title of this reading is The Message. So I heard a message. It's been a few days now. Well, maybe about 4 days, something like that. 3 or 4 days. The message was in regards to readings, intuition, and knowing. Okay. Something along the lines of your messages are, what was it? Hold on. Off. And you don't have any intuition. Now, when I get these messages and I have these visions and dreams and whatnot, of course, they're for me as well as for others. And it really came on time because I saw a reading. I didn't watch the reading. I watched some of it. Okay, a title, something about you not believing your intuition or others not wanting you to believe in your intuition. And it's so interesting because I was talking to my daughter the other day. I think it was yesterday. And she was telling me how, yesterday. She was telling me how I had to take her somewhere for something with her school. And there was something that she thought she might have needed before she left. But, of course, she said, I don't need it. Turns out she needed it. Okay. And then there was, it was two things that happened to her along those lines, okay, where she, heard within her being, A, B, C, D, you need this, or whatever the case may be, and she didn't listen to it, and it came out to be, that she needed that very thing that came to her, okay? Two instances, okay, in one day. And she said, I should have listened to myself. She said, why do we do that as humans, okay? Now, that was a big thing. I remember when I was growing up, we were told that, like, especially in school, elementary school, taking a test, okay, and you know how it is, elementary school, junior high, high school, and it's like, man, I knew that was the answer. Okay, you get one of the answers wrong. You should have circled A, but you circled D, and you look at it when the teacher passes it back and it's marked wrong. It's like, I knew A was the answer. I knew it. But instead, you circled D, questioning yourself. Now, we live in a society and a realm, okay, that wants us to question ourselves, question our intuitive abilities, question our knowing. If you question yourself and doubt yourself, you kind of remove yourself from yourself, and, you put faith in things outside of yourself or others outside of you. You put faith in someone else, or they know better than I do, or that person, or I don't know why I'm here, industry or whatever the case may be, knows you better than you know you. And a lot of times that's true. They do know you better than you know you. Why? Because you've been taught from day one to not know yourself by looking at everything outside of yourself and believing and trusting everything outside of yourself. But yet you have those types of situations all the time where, something you're driving, something telling you to turn left, but you don't. 20 minutes down the road or out of the way, you look up and you were supposed to turn left way back there. And it's like, man, I knew I should have did that. When do we, children experience these things? I mean, my daughter's 17, so children younger than that. So when do we stop questioning ourselves? When do we start listening to ourselves? When do we start listening to our God-given gifts and abilities? Okay, if you don't want to say God-given, then the shit you just been endowed with from day one in your conception, the making and beginnings of you. When do you start believing and trusting yourself? we will experience, many of us, if not most of us, in our lifetime, energies and people and whatnot, doing everything they can to make us question ourselves. But the unfortunate thing about it is how many of us actually give over into it without questioning in any way, shape, or form who this person is, okay, what this quote-unquote societal rule is, what this religious dogma is. You know, we don't question none of it, but we'll question ourselves. No matter how I feel, or no matter what resonates with me, or what, you know, I'm drawn to, etc., but such and such says, whether it's a book, a person, you know, a philosophy, a theology, whatever. And then you walk away with the idea, so I must be wrong. Now, what resonates with you, it does not have to resonate with everybody else. What you have an affinity to does not, everybody else don't have to have an affinity to it. You are your own individual person, your own individual self. You have to listen to yourself, listen to your inner knowing, your inner being. Trust it, believe in it. Now, I'm not saying that we cannot look to some outside sources for guidance, or, you know, what else can I say? I don't know. Shit, I can't think of that. Maybe to come up. Okay. But anyway, some guidance, or to maybe if we have some kind of questioning about what we are feeling, you know, look to outside sources, maybe in terms of doing some kind of research, you know, for a greater understanding, okay, of what it is that we are, period. Okay, or okay, within ourselves, what we are thinking within ourselves, what we are feeling within ourselves, in our being, in our natural knowing. Okay, it is for a person to know themselves for themselves, not be told by another. Okay, we do have teachers. Okay, teachers are forever learners, are forever learning. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm really not speaking about that. But when it comes down to our, you know, you can call it discernment, you can call it intuition, you can call it just your knowing, whatever the hell, okay, so on and so forth. It is for you to know who you are. It is for you to know that whatever has been shared with you and given to you, okay, whether you want to share it with the world or not, like I'm doing through tarot readings, okay, you know, whatever other means, okay, you have to know for yourself, okay, because it's some interesting and tricky forces out there. They don't want you to know yourself. They want you to question yourself. They want you to question your abilities, I'm hearing, okay? Yeah, I'm even hearing your talents, your skills. Either so they can take them, okay, or they simply don't like what you're saying, or you're hitting too close to home for them, okay, things of that nature, okay? So that message given to me, that is a message to be shared with others. And thank you, because it is a help to others to know, you know, you know, like sometimes when people come to me, you know, readings for readings outside, personal readings or whatever, and they'll, especially when they're asking about their relationship, did this person do such? I give them what I'm hearing. I knew it. Yes, you did know it. Yes, you did. And I will tell them, of course you did. You know, probably just looking for confirmation, and it never fails. I knew it. Okay. But you know, we have this thing, I don't want to be wrong, okay? But we have to learn to listen, okay, to ourselves, okay? Or maybe, you know, for, let's make it universal for some, you know, the Spirit of God within us, okay? The greater, the knowing, okay, that we are. But let's see what this message was all about, who this energy was that was sharing this with me, why they were sharing it. Was it just for me? Was it for the collective? Okay, and what their reasoning and purpose was, okay, in saying this to me, okay, while I was trying to go to sleep. And sometimes I hear things, you know, they always say that was for you first. And I don't know, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's not always for you first. Maybe it's just for you to share shit. I don't know, you know. I don't put this anything in any kind of box. All right, let's get into it. Here we have Six of Wands upright. The Justice card upright. Eight of Swords in reverse. Four of Cups upright, and Seven of Pentacles upright. All right. Make sure this is okay. Good enough. Okay, victory. I'm hearing you two victorious. Okay, you got too many people watching you and listening to you. Okay, they don't want your voice to be heard. I'm hearing. Okay, they don't want you to be acknowledged. I'm hearing for the work it is that you do. So this may be, this could be in many areas and realms. It could be shit, your job. Maybe there's some people like this. Okay, maybe you just do a good ass job, you're able to figure shit out. Okay, and they don't like that. Okay, maybe you're able to figure shit out just from your, once again, what, your internal knowing. Okay, and you speak up on it and the shit gets fixed, the shit gets done. Okay, because you're able to just internally know, speak up on it, and let's do this shit, let's fix this. Okay, and there may be some energies out there, okay, at your job who don't like it. This may be in your home. I keep hearing co-workers, okay, family members, okay, a community, you know, your church involvement, etc., whatever. Okay, take it as it resonates for you. All right, but this person here feels too, that you are too victorious. Okay, I'm also hearing energetic. You got energy. They don't like the fact that you got energy. How you got so much energy? I'm hearing this is what they're questioning. How do you know so much? That, okay, so somebody feels that you know a lot, or at least maybe more than they know. Okay, I'm hearing eternal within. Okay, I'm hearing, where's your eternal? No, not, I heard eternal, but I was thinking internal. Isn't that interesting? Okay, but hey, maybe it's both. Okay, where's that coming from? Okay, how do you get your messages? Okay, so this person wants to know, okay, how do you know what you know? Where do you get your messages from? Okay, and this thing with energy again, how is it that you have so much internal and eternal, I'm hearing both now, knowing, energetic. Okay, it's like this person looks at you, I'm hearing you never fail, you never falter. This is how they are viewing you. Okay, maybe once again, just because of the things that you are able to, that you just know, your internal knowing. Okay, and I'm hearing and confirm. So I feel like the things that you are able to share with others, okay, these things, like your job, for example, okay, if this resonates with you, with your work or whatever, again, once again, okay, they may be confirmed. So if something in you say at your job or whatever, it needs to be fixed, and something in you says what they need to do is A, B, C, and D, you tell them what y'all need to do is A, B, C, and D, and then it gets fixed. Because they did A, B, C, and they did what you told them to do. Okay, they did what the message that came to you for how to fix that particular thing is now fixed. Okay, and I'm hearing multiple times. You do this often. You share with others often your internal and eternal knowing. Okay, and there's an energy here. This person doesn't like it. They don't understand it, once again. And there's some about energy. Okay, but I'm also hearing like falter. This person wants you to fall. Okay, they don't want you to succeed. Okay, and I'm also hearing they want you to be left behind. Now I'm not quite sure What that means, left behind in what way, left behind by who, I don't know. Okay, but maybe it will come up as we continue on. Okay, I'm hearing as well, they believe that you are a seer. You're able to see things and you're able to know things. Okay, and once again, they don't like that. Now, why would this person be butthurt about it? I'm not sure, but maybe that will come up. Okay, they don't want you to know. They don't want you, also, they don't want you to be seen. Okay, we don't like, you being seen. Okay, covered. They want you to be covered, hidden from the world, so no one can see you. And I'm also hearing, so no one can see how effective you are with what it is that you do and with your sharing. Okay, I'm also hearing with your commanding and with your knowing. So this is how they view you. Okay, as somewhat of maybe a commander. Okay, or a leader. Maybe. Okay, you're knowing. Okay. I do feel like this person does not feel like it's fair. Okay. Why can't the scales be balanced in my favor? Okay, and not theirs. Now I heard hers. Okay, but I'm trying to make it, universal. Okay, hers, his, whatever. Okay, why can't it be balanced for me, toward me, and not them? I want to be the one to be seen. I want to be the one to be, in command. I want to be the one to be in charge. Okay. I don't want to be left behind. They're leaving me behind. Everyone's leaving me behind. So this is where this person is right now. Okay. And they want you to get to a place where you are in your head. Okay. But even though, I feel like they feel like it's not fair. It's something about this justice card being upright. Okay. Balance here. Okay. Maybe they feel like you're able to bring things into balance here with your knowing. Okay. Your intellectual abilities, I'm hearing. Okay. Now, once again, this is how they're viewing you. Just because this is how a person is viewing someone doesn't mean that that's exactly what it is. Okay. That's where they stand in their view of you. Doesn't mean that their view is true. Now, I'm not saying that you are not any of these things either. Okay. But even if it's true, we have a person here who is obviously in some kind of space of having like low self-esteem. And comparing themselves to you. Sometimes people put people up on a pedestal, a greater pedestal than they need to be put up on, if they need to be put up on one at all. Okay? In anyone's mind. The focus should be on oneself, not the other. And where you are and what you have and your ability. See, this person here can be so focused on your quote unquote abilities and your knowing and blah, 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 all that shit that was said, thinking they do not have those abilities, and they do, maybe more shit. But they can't get to it because they're so focused on the outside. Once again, like I was saying earlier, what's outside of them, instead of finding what's within them and nurturing that, growing that, living in that realm, the realm and reality of themselves. They're so busy living in the realm of reality of you and probably others. All right. So let's keep on going. I feel like this person, like they need to come up out of their head. Okay. About someone else. They do have gifts here. They do have gifts, abilities, and talents. Okay. But once again, whatever they are, either they may not know what they are, okay, or they don't feel as though it's good enough. And they don't want it. The things that have been offered to them, the gifts that have been offered to them, the abilities that have been, that they have been endowed with, okay, because they're so busy focused on yours, okay? And I'm hearing someone else's too. So this is something that I feel like they just do in general with people. Okay, let's continue on. The Hierophant in reverse. The Sun in reverse. The World in reverse. And the Emperor upright. This person may have looked over their life and felt like, you know, it wasn't good enough or just some shit. Okay. Along those lines. And once again, just because a person thinks something, has an opinion or a thought about something, does not mean their opinion or thought about that something is true. This person could be looking at their life and thinking, well, my life ain't shit, I ain't did shit. But definitely in comparison to others, that does not mean that that is true. Okay? Because they're comparing it based off of some standard. But what is the standard? And the standard by who? Who made the standard? What was that particular standard made? You know, what was that made for? And by who? Okay. You know, you don't live under someone else's construct of what your life should and shouldn't be. You live by your own. But see, that's the realm and the reality, unfortunately, that we live in, that has been built for us. So we constantly are in this space and place of comparing what my life should and shouldn't be based off some faulty ass standard that has no basis in anything except what some human beings, or I guess, shit, I don't know, created and threw at us and said, here you go. This is what it is. This is what it should be. And if you ain't in any of those categories, or if you have failed in any of those categories, then your shit ain't good enough. And then people like this, you know, in this space and place, will look at others who have seemed to have did well in those particular areas and roles and little boxes and whatnot, that this rule, okay, standardized rule made by somebody. We don't know who, when, where, why, nothing like that. We just live in it because that's what it's supposed to be, based off who and what, okay? But those people have seemed to have done well in those particular areas. And because this person hasn't, or maybe you feel like you haven't, then you get into this space and place of thinking you ain't shit, or my life ain't shit, and you looking at others who have in constant comparison, okay? Putting yourself down in your head thinking this shit ain't fair, this shit ain't right, not realizing you living in a fucking box. And here these things that are gifts and blessings to you of who and what you are, but you don't want them. That shit ain't good enough. Here, hell, when that shit could change the whole world and knock down that whole fucking paradigm of bullshit that we've been up under for God knows how long, but you don't want it. And you may not even know it or realize it because you cannot open your eyes to see. You are blind. The blind leading the blind. This is what I'm hearing. Who's the blind leading the blind? You, the blind, being led by the societal bullshit that was established for you by whomever to keep you trapped and outside of yourself. So you have no knowledge of yourself, because that way you're easy to control. And one way to keep you easily controlled is keep you in your damn emotions. So you cannot get in a space and place of freeing yourself from the bullshit. The quote unquote societal rules of this what it got to be and this how it is. For the world. But we all different, right? Everybody different. I feel like this person here, I just said it. Their world, their realm, their reality may not have fell under the, traditional rules and guidelines. Once again, of the quote unquote rules and whatnot and regulations that the society says it should be. Maybe you went to school and this person didn't. Okay. Maybe you are, I don't know, got some kind of upstanding, God knows, I don't know, shit, according to the society, okay? And this person does not have that, okay? Maybe you came from, the quote-unquote nuclear fucking family and shit. Mom and daddy was there and everything was nice and crisp and clean, okay? And this person didn't, okay? But once again, this is this person's perception. Okay, and hell, maybe that is the case. Okay, but this has caused them some I'll say they're not happy about the shit. I wish my life was like theirs, and they probably don't know shit about what your life was. I remember when I was younger, like shit is a little different now. Okay, told y'all I guess I was born in 1972. That's what they told me, goddamn. That's what the paperwork say, goddamn, okay? But the reality is I don't know. Okay, and I don't mind not knowing. It doesn't really make me any difference at this point because I'm here. Okay, but you see, some things that are meant to be curses and cursings are actually, well, I want to say blessings. You know, for those who watched my last video and I talked about that shit, I don't know what else to say, so I'm just gonna say that. That way, I don't have to worry about being in nobody's goddamn box. I absolutely 1000% free to create my own shit. This is a side note. So thank you for the lies that were told and then the truth that was revealed. Okay. Now I ain't got to follow up under nobody's plans, rules, and regulations. But nevertheless, so supposedly I was born 1972. Now I got a lot of gray hair up on top of my head, so I damn sure wasn't born in 2002. Okay. I'm older. Okay. And I know I was a teenager in the 80s. Okay. But anyway, you know, I grew up in inner city. Okay, I grew up in, I was quote unquote born in, but I wasn't born there. But I remember being in East Cleveland there are pictures there when I was a baby. And then when I was 11 years old, okay, we moved to Cleveland, right outside of East Cleveland. Now, East Cleveland used to be all that in a bag of chips back in the day. Okay, I think I posted a long time ago a video about the poor millionaires row in Cleveland, Ohio, and what the fuck happened to it. Okay, I'm pretty sure a good portion of that was in East Cleveland, Ohio. East Cleveland used to be one of the most prominent suburbs in the United States of America. You don't even want to drive through there now. Okay, when I was growing up in East Cleveland, it was, you know, it was still a nice, livable community, okay? But not what it was, okay? And damn sure not what it is, okay? Then we moved to Cleveland, right outside of East Cleveland. I think we were probably like 2 streets over from East Cleveland, which was still the inner city. And, you know, I grew up back then where, you know, we played outside. The kids would be playing outside all day, all night long. You know, I'm one of them from the memes that, you know, we was out there all night long, didn't have to wear no seatbelts, wasn't nobody thinking about no, you know, knee pads and helmets on the bike, you know, just running all up and down the street. We had a train, you know, that ran through behind our house. So sometimes the kids would go up there to the train. I remember going a couple times till, you know, lady who raised me said, y'all can't go back up there no more. You know, I mean, just freedom. Okay. And then I remember how I would ride through the suburbs, and I would look and I'd be like thinking to myself, it looks so nice through here. I wish we lived here. But one thing that I could never understand, every single door was closed. All the shades and curtains was covering the windows, and wasn't a soul outside. Wasn't nobody sitting outside on the porch. Wasn't no kids outside. It was just like, looked like lockdown to me. Like lock fucking down. And I don't mean at a certain time of the day, goddamn. It was just like that in every suburb. You knew when you hit the city, there would go the kids, everybody outside, people sitting on the porch with their lemonade, everybody speaking that. I mean, you know, it's just a whole different world and realm. Okay? You know, so I'm only saying that to say, it's like myself as a child, thinking, I wish we lived here. Because it looked nice. It looked nicer. And I knew back then that's where the white folks was. And we used to think that white people, if you was white, that meant you had money. And that if you lived down in the hood with the black folks, that meant you didn't have no money. The child's thinking, or don't matter what the age. I think many of us know the reality now that that's some bullshit. There was bullshit then, there's bullshit now. But there's still grown folk who don't understand that. They still think that way. Okay. But again, it was lockdown. There was not. It was like driving through, you know, about to be a shootout. You know, in them Western movies where the two men, they meet me out there at the OK Corral or whatever at 7 o'clock, and the whole town just disappeared. Was looking through the windows and whatnot at them two about shooting. They're just quiet. That's what the fuck it was like. Okay, so don't be basing, this kind of energy need not be basing their life and their reality, okay, and their existence on what appears. I don't know what the hell was going on. I couldn't figure out how come you don't see a soul. Nobody. Now, some of those suburbs, they have more Black people in those suburbs. And you see them outside walking and shit. But I'm telling you, back then, you didn't see shit. Now, I ain't saying didn't no Black people live up through there, but you didn't see shit. It was like, and I remember asking, I don't know if it was my mother or some adult, how come ain't nobody outside? How come every time we ride through it, ain't nobody outside? Okay? It appeared to be a certain way. I don't know what the hell was going on behind them closed motherfucking doors. I don't know what them houses looked like when you walked inside. Or smelled like. Because I went inside one of them houses one time. Very wealthy area. And the smell sickened me. It smelled like someone dead in the motherfucking house. Could have been for all I fucking know. I said smelled like and could have been. Okay? So, I feel like this person may be comparing themselves to because they feel like there is something about them that is quote unquote faulty, just like they want you to falter and fall, okay, based off of their quote unquote reality. And I'm feeling like that they have not come to a real conclusion about and an understanding. I feel like this person is not clear about their own reality and their own existence, but they can't be if they're so busy comparing themselves to others, to you as well as others. There are others. It's not just you. This is what this person does. This has become it seems like their way of life. Let's continue on here. We have Ace of Swords in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Judgment upright. Now, every city I've lived in, and I've lived in quite a few of them when I was younger, okay? I always lived in the inner city. Always, in Atlanta, Newark, New Jersey. I lived in D.C., Memphis, Tennessee. Well, that's a different case. I have to do another video on that, okay? New York City, But nevertheless, quite a few of them I lived in the inner city, okay? I didn't find it in, a couple places I was able to live out in the suburbs. Like now, I have not found it to be any greater and better. One thing I didn't like, well, at this time, the blight that could take over a inner city, okay? Especially if plans are underway. Okay, sometimes shit don't fall apart just because, they ain't taking care of it down there. Okay, well, sure, it is the job of the citizens to take care of their environment. Okay, I grew up around that shit, and they did take care of their environment. Okay, but also it's, it is the job of the city government to take that, the people pay their taxes. They're supposed to do certain things as well. But, if they got plans for the area, okay, they don't mind letting the shit go. Because they're plans. It ain't going to be looking the same in about 5 or 10 years. I'll give it 10 years. Okay? And when I say they, I mean the officials. Okay? And unfortunately, when the people let an area go. Okay? But see, sometimes, you can live in, a quote unquote suburban area. And you will walk in a person's home and it's like, good God Almighty, look what the, wind blew in, well, how come they're outside? Because the city government has a requirement or you get fined for the shit. And the fines ain't cheap. Okay, $5. You got to clean up. No. Okay. And it's a whole lot of other stuff that goes into it that I'm sure many of you all know and understand. Right? But anyway, I miss the parties and the barbecue smells. Okay. But anyway, I don't like the blight. Okay, but I guarantee you, let me drive down there in about 10 years. It's going to be a whole different situation. Okay. Because it wasn't always like that. All right, but let's keep on going here, all right? Let me see my book. Okay, this person, they may look at you as ambitious, powerful, authoritative, a leader. Once again, I think that was stated earlier, that you're able to reason, that your thoughts are structured, that you can operate even in the midst of chaos in an orderly way. And it's something about these, again, rules, societal rules. They feel, once again, that you have followed the rules, societal rules and regulations. Now, they person may not even realize that these societal rules. They may not even realize that there are some, the societal rules. This shit is stuff that we have been given for us. Every society has them. Every community has them. Okay. Every, from the smallest little communities to the largest. You may have a group of friends. Pay attention. Y'all even got some rules and unspoken within your little community, your little group of friends. Okay. Kind of like cultures within cultures, societal rules, smaller ones within the greater, larger culture. They are the sub ones are based off of that. That have been thrown at a society and thrown at people, okay, in their mind, heart, soul, and body and being and all that, this, that, and the other, okay, and you're supposed to be all of that. And you may not even, people don't even realize that it's just a thing of, that's just the way it is. It is not just the way it is. It's not going to always be that way, and it hasn't always been that way. Okay, like it's absolute. And I wouldn't doubt that this can, just like for this particular energy here, it's probably a cause of depression. And, I'm not going to put a number on it on people's lives, because if they don't seem to fit into those rules and regulations, okay, and they didn't follow the rules, and this what it's supposed to be, and that's what it's supposed to be, okay, based off of the greater society, then once again, they ain't shit. This is the thought. And people may tell them that too. Okay, making, you be the laughing stock and all of that kind of shit. Where everything ain't for everybody. You have to know the you within. You, just period. I feel like, once again, this is not, it hasn't even been a thought that, wait a minute. But I'm supposed to, who the hell said you're supposed to do that? Keep asking. The answer will come. Eventually, you're going to boil down to the society. Well, where mom and daddy and them get that shit from? Papa and all them, where they get it from? Well, because, keep going. Well, it's always been this. It ain't nothing never always been no damn way. Looking for the approval and validation of a society, so they can look at you and approve you. Yeah, you did it. You are a human fucking being now. You went to school and got all the way and got your PhD and got that good ass job that you fucking hate or that you suffering from, and even if you're not. You got married by the time you... Some people don't want that shit. There's nothing wrong with that. Boxes, limitations. Supposed to be. Now you can call it, you can say something about maybe it, you know, gives order to a society. It absolutely does. But there are other areas. Everybody, unless you're creating a world and a community nation full of robots. Okay. Whereas there's room for those who have not. Oh, they get laughed at. They're freaks. Freak show, right? They're not worthy of their humanity simply because they did not live that way. They didn't follow those rules, those guidelines. And hell, if they wanted to do some particular things and they were not able to do them, shit, are you still walking around? Hell, I always tell a story when I was in graduate school. Okay, and I went to seminary, the Interdenominational Theological Center in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. From 1997 to 2000, C.H. Mason Seminary was one of the seminaries at the ITC. My first year was a woman there. That one was in her 80s. We lived in the dorms on campus. She lived behind me. 7:30 class, 8 o'clock class, a.m. She was there before all of us, dressed to the nines with every class with her cane. Second year, I saw a couple times. Third year, I didn't see her at all. I said, I wonder what happened to her graduation day. And they called her, and I saw her walk up on stage and got her master's degree. She had left. She went home and was doing it. I think she lived in the area. I don't remember, but she just wasn't living on campus no more. What that mean? Woman, I saw years ago. I do not remember this woman's name. I wish I did, but this woman, Emmys. That's the stage, right? Emmy Award, actress, theater. Didn't start. I believe she was like in her 40s or 50s. Didn't start acting until then, 40s or 50s. Why? I think it was something what she wanted to do, just wasn't able to do. Got married, had family, and you know, blah blah blah, went on about her fucking business. And then when she was able to do it, she went out and did it, and got a grand award for the shit. Please, with the woe is fucking me. This person doesn't feel abundant. What the fuck you want to do? There are many, many others, many stories. These people did not, just wake up one day and the shit fell in their lap. No. Within them, their being, this is who I am, this is what I am, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm doing, this is what I have done. And I sit up there and woe is me. I'm in my 80s. I can't go back to school. I'm too old for that shit now. Walk right up on that motherfucker with her cane, dressed to the nines every day. While we coming in there with sweatpants and shit on. In there before us, looking at us like y'all late. And did that shit in a 3-year time. That was established. The program was 3 years. 3 to 4 years if you was getting 2 masters. 3 for 1. Did her shit. She might have got her DMin by now, Doctorate of Ministry. Well, I was in my 20s. 30 years later. Shit, that don't mean nothing. That lady may still be living. You know, and I'm sure many of you saw the video of that 90-year-old woman who was still doing hair. Driving her daughter around. She didn't give a fuck about her age and what didn't happen when. People have choices. They don't have to live in nobody's goddamn box. No quote unquote societal rules. Allow this person needs to allow themselves to be in their choices and not be worried about no goddamn body else and what they do and what they did and how life was fair to them. And they don't know, they really have no idea probably of the reality of that person's life. But I'm hearing, but they want to. Sad and pitiful. You need to want to focus on yourself. Missing out on a whole universe, a whole world, a whole realm, thinking you know about someone else's. And I'm hearing a stitch. You don't even know a stitch about anyone else's. This person does not feel, like I said, abundant. This person needs, I don't know if there's some, hold on, let me see. 9 of Wands in reverse. 4 of Wands upright. Knight of Swords upright. I do feel like a judgment has been made, okay, on this person, okay, and what they're doing. Oh, I heard their infinity for discord. Okay. Problematic. Constantly causing problems in the lives of others, okay? Because of their, Lord have mercy, I'm hearing because of their own inept qualities or something like that, okay? Ineptness. Okay, y'all know I'm looking up some words here. Worried about some damn body else. All the time. Constantly. Okay. What they doing, when they doing it, where they doing it, why they doing it, how they doing it. Okay. But there is also an energy of them looking down on themselves of, I'm just not enough. I'll never be enough. I'll never know enough. Okay. There's nothing, you know, this person, inept, liking in fitness or aptitude, unfit, foolish, being out of place, being out of place, trying to fit in a place they don't fit. Instead of doing, I'm hearing, and being what they were called here and meant to do. So busy wanting to do you and the other and the next and anyone else, I'm hearing, but who and what they are. Inappropriate, generally incompetent, bungling. But I'm hearing as well, this is what they want for their life. Okay. This is all they feel they deserve. Well, I'm here wanting to be in a space of you. Constantly wanting to be you. And really, whoever else they can find, I'm hearing, and manipulate. So they want to try to manipulate you, this energy here. I'm hearing the lack of love is real. The lack of understanding, okay, is beyond a person's comprehension here. This person's lack of understanding of themselves, of their reality. I mean, of all things real. Whether on the material realm or spiritual realm, it's all the same. They don't understand that. I just keep hearing they want to be you. And I feel like this person is easily, I feel like, can be easily used and manipulated, okay? Because of the in-depth, I'm hearing, like, need, okay? I'm hearing forces, okay, on them and within them to be like you, others, anybody but themselves, okay? It makes them just like here, an open target. Easily used, easily fooled, easily manipulated. Come on, we'll love you, we'll help you, come on home here. And here, Knight of Swords, upright, only to be dismantled and torn down and made a fool of completely. I'm hearing over and over again, completely, okay, because they had, I'm hearing rescue, okay, they have no need or understanding of, it's like of the rescuing of self. No one is going to rescue you here, this person. They must rescue themselves, and it's not in hurting and manipulating the world. So anybody that they can think that they can try, and while they're doing that to others or trying, it is being done effectively to them. This person I'm hearing is like a sitting duck, just open, vulnerable, because these things that they may be trying to hide, I mean, they don't even know to hide them. They don't even have that understanding. Okay. Something about they claim they know. They claim they know. They claim they understand. They claim they're knowing. Okay. There is no knowing here. There is no understanding here. Okay. And there is a realm and world of energies that see that, leaving this person completely wide open. Okay. For anything and everything to, I'm hearing to discuss, I don't know, okay, to happen to them. And it has, I'm hearing, and it will continue to, as long as they stay in this energy, okay, of trying to manipulate you and other forces, okay, for things to go in their way, them believing, I'm hearing, okay, that they can have whatever they want, okay, when and however they want it, without doing the real work, without even really seeing and knowing who and what they are. The message. So why the message? The message was to tell you that you don't know who you are, okay? For you to, they want you to blame them about something, I don't know, something silly I'm hearing, but deep on their part, or in other words, in their mind, okay? They want you to stop, hold on. I feel like they want you to hear their words, okay? Believe in them. Stop believing in yourself. Stop believing in the messages that you are receiving, the intuition that you have. Stop believing in yourself, and now believe in me. Let me master me by being you, okay? This is this person's state of mind, okay? I'm hearing faulty and fraudulent. They have no clue, no real understanding, okay, of what's being done while I'm hearing to them, okay? So, I'm trying to see, was this message given to me for someone who doesn't want me to believe my messages, okay? Or the messages that are given to me to share with you all through tarot, whatever means, okay? I'm hearing yes, of course. Okay, yes, of course it is, okay? But I am hearing, but it is for you to share with others, okay, who are going through the same thing, or who might be going through the same thing. Now, this probably for myself was a particular person, a particular energy that wanted to send me that message, okay? I mean, they want you to stop reading on them. So if some of my readings resonate with somebody as though they think I'm reading on them, you take it as it is, okay? These are readings. Okay, collective, whatever you want to call them, readings. You know, like they say, if the shoe fit. You understand what I'm saying? Just as, you know, for myself, the shoe fit. All right. Some people make things out to be about them that they're not, which that's a whole nother issue. Okay, it's, you know, it may have nothing to do with you, but this is, you know, okay, what people do and where people go sometimes, okay, within themselves mentally. And if you feel that it doesn't, things that are being said, if you feel that it does, okay, well, it's going, you know, for those who resonate with, I guess it depends on which side of the coin or the spectrum that you're on from the reading, okay, then, you know, it should be a message for, to help, I'm feeling like, okay, or assistance, okay, maybe needed, whatever the case may be, okay. Me personally, I've learned a lot from, you know, some of the readers on YouTube, okay, a whole hell of a lot that have helped me on my journey, okay, but nevertheless, Let me see if there's anything else, okay? But again, this may resonate for others out there who are experiencing, and people may not come to you with utilizing, you know, the forces of nature, that black magic witchcraft, to try to say something to you, okay, to stop you from, you know, while you're trying to sleep or whatever, trying to stop you from your messages and moving forward. They may say do other things, okay, give you a nasty look to stop you, you know, the evil eye type thing, okay, you know, body language, you know, things of that nature to stop you. Just outright say to you, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, but when y'all did A, B, C, and D, the shit got fixed. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, trying to dominate you and intimidate you, okay, with their nastiness, because they're truly intimidated by the fact that you are able to do what it is that you do from your inner knowing, all right? So I'm here. So moving on, okay? I mean, the message has been received, all right? So I feel like that's it. All right. The best to you. Peace.